Chapter 8. Lila skipped up to the word shop, almost giggling. For the first time in a long time, she felt light, not just in body, but in spirit, like something inside her had shaken off the weight of the world and remembered how to dance. She reached for the door and hesitated, realizing what changed. She wasn't just coming to see her grandmother anymore. She was anticipating it. And not just for the tea or the words, but for the feeling. The joy, the wonder, the way she left feeling more like herself than when she arrived. The brass bell above the door rang as she stepped inside, its chime wrapping around her like a melody. Her grandmother looked up from behind the counter where she was sorting words into jars. "Lila," she said, smiling, "you have a certain spark today." Lila laughed, plopping into her chair. "I feel happy, just because. No reason, no plan, just happy. It's fun." Her grandmother chuckled. "Tell me, what has been making you smile this week?" Lila opened her notebook, flipping through the pages. Everything and nothing. "I laughed so hard at lunch my stomach hurt. I walked through the park and jumped over the cracks in the pavement just because I could. Oh, and I bought a ridiculous hat, one of those big floppy ones, and wore it to class just to make my friend laugh." "Ah, play. The forgotten art of the soul," her grandmother beamed. She reached for the ivory card beside the teapot and slid it toward Lila. Lila turned it over. "Playful. Life is always winking at you, inviting joy to take the lead. Splash in puddles, chase the wind, laugh until time disappears. Go on, wink back, let the world surprise you." She grinned. "I knew it." She tapped the card. "So tell me, grandmother, what wisdom do you have for me today?" Her grandmother leaned forward, resting her chin on her hands. "Tell me first, my dear, when was the last time you played just for the joy of it? No goal, no achievement, just the sheer delight of being alive." Lila hesitated, her fingers brushing the edges of the card. "Honestly, I think I forgot how. Or maybe I stopped allowing myself to. It feels like something from childhood. Something lost when life became about responsibilities and expectations." "That is what the world can do to us." Her grandmother's smile softened. "Tell us that play is for children, that laughter without purpose is wasted, that we must be serious to be taken seriously. But play is not foolishness. It is freedom. It is the language of joy, the movement of creativity, the breath of the infinite." Lila exhaled, her words settling over her like sunlight. "So play isn't just fun? Play is sacred. It's how we remember who we were before the world told us who to be." Her grandmother smiled, her eyes crinkling with that mischievous twinkle Lila had come to love. "Play is not a break from life. It's the way back into it. It's how we remember joy, not as something fleeting, but as something that's been inside us all along, just waiting to be noticed again." She leaned closer, lowering her voice as if sharing the oldest truth in the world. "When you converse with the universe, make it playful. Ask questions like you're tossing pebbles into a pond just to see the ripples. Ask what you are curious to know. Follow the nudges like you're chasing fireflies. This isn't work. It was never meant to be work. This is the way of wonder. This is the real flow, the one where delight leads the way." She paused, then added, "The universe doesn't speak in straight lines or spreadsheets. It sings in synchronicities and dances in spirals. It smiles in the yeses. It giggles when you notice the signs. And when you play back, oh, that's when the magic multiplies." Lila felt something bubble up inside her, light and fizzy, like laughter made of starlight. She didn't need to understand it all. She could feel it. The universe was smiling back. Lila leaned back in her chair, staring at the word in front of her. Playful. She thought about her week, the laughter, the silliness, the way she felt so light, and suddenly she understood. She had not forced this feeling. She had allowed it. Her grandmother reached for a small wooden box and slid it toward her. "Go on, open it." Lila lifted the lid, revealing a handful of smooth, colorful marbles. Some were swirled with ribbons of color. Others sparkled in the light like tiny captured galaxies. She picked one up, rolling it between her fingers. Marbles? Her grandmother nodded. Each one is a tiny world of possibility, a reminder that play does not require permission, it only requires willingness. When I was your age, I carried them in my pocket. Whenever the world felt heavy, I would pull one out, roll it in my palm, and remind myself that joy is never lost. It is only waiting to be invited back. I'd challenge myself to flick it across the floor and see where it landed, or imagine that inside each marble was a secret waiting to be discovered. Some days, I'd simply hold one and let its cool weight remind me to stop taking life so seriously. Lila laughed. You carried pocket joy? Indeed I did, her grandmother winked. And now, my love, so shall you. The world is a playground. The only question is, will you join the game? Lila clutched the small marble in her palm, warmth spreading through her chest. Playfulness was not something she needed to earn. It was something she could choose. She had thought of all the time she had ignored the urge to run, to laugh too loudly, to do something silly just because it made her heart sing. She had been waiting for permission when, all along, joy had been hers to claim. She looked at her grandmother, eyes shining. I think I'm going to start skipping over sidewalk cracks again, and run barefoot toward the horizon, arms wide, heart open, not to get somewhere, not to achieve something, but simply because I can. Her grandmother clinked her teacup against Lila's. Now that, my dear, is wisdom. Playful. The word hummed inside Lila, light and free, like laughter on the wind.